Miss Scott. And what's your name?
Eva,
Hey, Eva. What brings you in today?
depression.
Okay, could you go into more details for me?
Well, I'm 45 years old. I have two children, which is grown. They're grown and they're married and they have their own family. And I'm in the house by myself. I've been divorced for 20 years, and it just get lonely.
And how do you deal with that depression?
Well, I have a job. Um, it's not a very exciting job for me. I'm not excited about going to work. I really don't like my job.
How long have you been on your job?
12 years.
12 years. Good job. Sound like you're a good worker. Um, with your depression, do you have any type of suicidal thoughts or any type of abusive thoughts for you or anyone else around you?
No, I am not suicidal, and I don't contemplate suicide, committing suicide, but I do have thoughts of maybe everybody would be better off if I wasn't here, if I was dead, and
Who exactly would be better off, Miss Eva? Because I know that if you left your children or grandchildren today or tomorrow, how would you think that would make them feel?
I know it would hurt them, and that's the last thing I want to do is hurt my kids and my grandkids. But it's like I have thoughts about me getting older, not being able to take care of myself, and the only thing I can think of is me becoming a burden on my daughters and my grandkids and their family, and that doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't.
And how you're feeling is perfectly normal. Women your age, between the age of 40, 59, they start getting depressed and thinking about when they get older. And a lot of people think that they're a burden on someone. But in all actuality, everybody needs somebody. You're just lucky enough to have children that are there for you, that are willing to help you. I myself have even had, depression before, which, like I said, everyone goes through depression, but it's how you cope with it that matters. Have you ever thought about going to school, volunteering any place, um, traveling, or picking up a hobby?
Um, I would love to travel in my mind, but financially, the finance is not there.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to school at this age, that's not something I would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And the only hobby I really have that I could say is, getting a chance to sit down and watch TV. Sometimes the TV watches me, but I'm not a sociable person, to say get out there and be sociable. So, and volunteering, um, I just can't do that right now. With the way I feel, a lot not feeling like getting out of bed, not being able to talk to people sometimes, just a little closed in.
Mm-hmm. Step one is what you're doing right now, coming to talk to me today. Step two is showing me how strong you are and how you can get yourself out of that funk. No one can get you out of that funk except for you. So, as far as volunteering any place or picking up a hobby, find out what you like. If you like dealing with kids, you can volunteer with, kids at a homeless shelter. And I promise you it'll make you feel better about yourself, helping someone else that needs your help. With the hobby, if you like to make cakes, why don't you start baking? That may make you feel better. Just give yourself something to do in your free time. Talking to you right now, I can tell that you're a strong woman, and only the strong survive. And you have to see that strength inside of yourself, dig deep down inside and pull that strength out and let it show. And once you do that, you'll feel much better. In the community, we have a lot of support groups with women that feel exactly how you feel. And we have motivational speakers. We have different events out there for depression. Would you be interested in being around, people that feel exactly how you feel. That way they can give you an example of how to come out of that shell, how to come out of that bubble. They can let you know what they did or things to do. And I think it'll be something good for you. What do you think?
That sounds that sounds great. But my thoughts, this is my first step, is to
Mm-hmm.
come talk to you and get the ball rolling
Mm-hmm.
for me to kind of like do something different, open up to someone that is totally unfamiliar with me and my
Right.
feelings. Um, my next step that I was thinking that I would like to do
Mm-hmm.
and explore is to go see a psychiatrist, talk to someone that
Mm-hmm.
maybe um, medication may be an option,
Mm-hmm.
or you know, or just talking. And then the next step, once I get that under control, as
Mm-hmm.
far as my depression, I can probably get out there and be sociable, meet people, do what's best for me, and you know, to get me on the track where I probably need to be.
Well, trust me, everything is going to work out, and we're going to take this step by step to make sure you get the help that you need, because depression is really serious. And some people, they just try to deal with it and can't take it anymore, and some people can deal with it. But if you can't deal with it, the best thing is to get help, and I'm proud of you that you're coming to get help. Um, as far as the other part of your depression goes, some people let depression lead them into alcohol or drugs. Could you tell me your past and present experience with drugs or alcohol?
Well, I've never taken drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I drink sociable
Mm-hmm.
every now and again, but I don't have an alcohol problem. I don't have a problem with, you know, heavily drinking. I try to
Mm-hmm.
deal with my depression in a different way, whereas probably just as bad as being turned into alcohol or drugs, because I close off all of
Mm-hmm.
my family and my friend, and just stay to myself, and it gets hard at work
Mm-hmm.
feeling this way.
Okay, well, just know that when it comes down to your job and your children, you cannot control that. You can only go with the flow. But when it comes down to you, you control everything. You control how you feel and you control what you do about it. So we need to try to take some steps into going forward with that. What do you feel that you would want to do next as far as once we end this and you go home? How do you feel about the next step that you want to take? What would you want to do next? Would you want to go to a doctor to start medicine? Would you want to start going to a support group? Would you want to do counseling? Which one would make you feel better or make you feel more at ease about what you're doing?
But first of all, when I go home, I'm going to try to sit down and see if there's something that I'm interested in at home when I'm not in a group or counseling. And second of all, I would like to make another appointment with you to
Hmm.
sit down and talk, because it does feel good to talk to someone
And to let it out.
and let it out. And then I also want to make an appointment with, find a psychiatrist, whereas I will have you
Hmm.
and someone else to open up with about everything and ease into group functions and support group functions, and maybe finding more things to do other than staying in bed and watching TV, and get out there. And maybe that would be a good idea to get me thinking about other things
Hmm.
rather than just soaking on something that may take years from now to get here, like not
Right.
being able to take care of myself. So
Right.
this is really helping me and to see things a little bit different.
Good. And I'm glad that we're getting, a little leeway, and I'm glad that you have an open mind because When life gives you lemon, you make
Lemonade.
exactly. Um, Also, with giving you some ideas of coping, if you like gardening, like I said, if you like baking, or if you like exercising, that's another way that can help you relieve stress and help with depression. If you have any functions that you're invited to, you might try, need to try going for a little while, not staying the whole time, just going for a little while, having a little bit of fun, and then coming home, and it'll make you feel better about going out again. Oh, I had a good time last night. I'm going to go to the next party and stay a little longer. If you have anything that you see on Pinterest, is a good site. You can do things yourself. If you have grandkids, you can have them come over and do things with Pinterest. And I just want you to know that there's a lot of ways to deal with depression. And there's a lot of things that you can do to take your mind off of depression. And the medicine that your doctor will prescribe you, as long as you take it regular and do what you're supposed to do, everything is going to work out. Everything is going to work out. Depression is very, very common and very controllable. Just know that everything is going to work out. And as long as we do this together, step by step, and you do what you say you're going to do, self power, it's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. Um, what time or date would you like to meet again? Because I would. I enjoy talking to you, and I enjoy you feeling comfortable with me and letting everything out. Would you like to meet again next week?
Absolutely.
What day and time is great for you?
Um, if you could look on your schedule and whatever time you have available and open, I could adjust
Okay.
my schedule to be here.
Okay. Now I know you said you work a lot. Um, are any days bad days to choose, or you just want to adjust your schedule?
Um, well, me working a lot means I take extra shifts and
Okay.
fill in and stuff. So, I mean, I can easily fit my appointment in.
Okay.
So I'm going to go by what you have open at your earliest convenient. We can go from there.
Okay. I have next week Wednesday available at 2 o'clock. Would that be good?
Perfect.
Okay. Well, that sounds good, and just know that we're gonna learn how to cope with this depression. Best way we know how, and everything is gonna be okay.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you so much, Miss Eva. See you next week.
Thank you. I appreciate everything.
No problem.